Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for The Real Sports Talk. You can hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST, and you can also like The Real Sports Talk on Facebook. Go do both of those things, because throughout the night I'll be giving you talk about the NHL, NBA, MLB, and, well, not the NFL because it's not NFL season, but when it becomes NFL season or there's any NFL news, obviously I'll be talking about all that, and then just some non-sports things as well. So go do both of those, because it's, you don't follow anyone better on Twitter than me, because I don't have any life, so it's fun to follow me on Twitter all day. Knicks and Heat, Game 4. The Heat had a chance to sweep going into MSG, and the crowd was loud there today, and they did not ultimately get it done. 89-87 Knicks win. Here's how it went down. Carmelo Anthony had a tremendous game today, 41 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and one of the things that I've noticed under Mike Woodson is that he really has played better defense. There were a couple times when he was guarding LeBron James that he absolutely shut LeBron James down, and the one thing that we've always known about Carmelo Anthony, besides the fact that he's one of the most inconsistent shooters that the NBA's ever seen, is that he's been known to be a lazy defender. Mike Woodson has addressed that, and he's addressed it with the whole team, and that's one of the things that has made the Knicks more successful with him than they were with Mike D'Antoni. Amari Stoudemire in this game, 8 of 13, 20 points, 10 rebounds. Obviously, he was coming back after the hand lacerations that he hit after hitting his hand off a fire extinguisher, or the glass around it, and he was pretty effective for the circumstances given, and they need probably even a better contribution next game because of the fact that Carmelo Anthony, the chance of him putting up 40 for the remainder of this series, if the Knicks really want to win, are not very good. Tyson Chandler had a rough game today. 33 minutes, 9 rebounds. He did have the 9 rebounds and 1 point. I mean, he's not going to ever give you 20 points, but you really need more than 1 point out of him, and you didn't get that today. 1 assist. Baron Davis had a tough game as well. 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the line, and then got injured later on in the game. 2 assists and 2 points. Landry Fields played pretty nice today. Not only 5 points, but he only shot 4 shots, had 2 assists and 1 rebound, and was playing pretty good defense. On the bench, Mike Bibby had a crucial 3 late in that game to give them the lead. 6 points. He had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. So, I mean, as bad as Mike Bibby was last year with the Heat, and as ineffective as he's been with the Knicks so far, he played pretty well today. Jared Jeffries only got 4 minutes, so 0 points. Steve Novak, 1 of 1 from downtown, 1 of 2 from behind, 16 or from the field, 16 minutes, 3 points. I mean, that's pretty much what you expect when you are a 3-point specialist. 16 to 20 minutes is really the tops you're going to get if you don't bring a whole lot more than that, especially when you have another guy like J.R. Smith on your team who is capable of doing it, but certainly did not do it today. 3 of 15 from the field, 1 of 8 from downtown. He has had a miserable playoff so far. J.R. Smith came over mid-season after playing in China, I believe, and it was a big accusation. The first game that he played in was a Sunday afternoon game, the showcase game, and he looked really good, and we thought that this is one of those pieces that makes the Knicks a contender, and he just has not had a whole lot of games where he has been on, and J.R. Smith's either on or he's off. That's always been how he's been when he's with the Nuggets. No matter where he's been, that's how he's been. Josh Harrelson had 4 points. Over to the Miami Heat side, Udonis Haslem had 6 points, 3 of 5 from the field today, 1 turnover. LeBron James did turn the ball over a lot today, 5 turnovers, but overall did not play terribly. We see the defense that he brings, and I'll continue to harp on that because this Miami Heat team as a whole, the defense that they play is tremendous. The fact that Carmelo was able to get 41 points on them today is really impressive because I look at this Miami Heat team with guys like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Shane Battier. A lot of people last year wanted to call them the greatest team ever. We know after watching last season, before last season they wanted to do that. We know after watching last season that they certainly were not that. But what they are this year, I think, is one of the top 5 defensive teams that's ever played. Adding Shane Battier, who's been one of the quietly one of the best defenders in the history of the NBA, he has been a problem. You put him on anyone, and normally he shuts them down. and Carmelo was still able to get 40 points on them today, and that's really why the Knicks were even in this game. 27 points from LeBron, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Look, this type of game reminded me of the Heat or of the old Cavs days. LeBron pretty much did all he could, and ultimately it just was not enough. Now that has not been the case a lot, really, with the Miami Heat ever in the playoffs, but today kind of reminded me that. Chris Bosh, 4 of 10 from the field, 0 of 1 from behind the three-point line, 9 of 10 from the line, 17 points. Dwayne Wade in 38 minutes was 9 of 18, so shot 50%, 0 of 3 from downtown though, and 4 of 11 from the line. That really killed the Heat. While Carmelo did miss some late free throws as well, Dwayne Wade throughout this game was not hitting free throws, and that's crucial. I mean, look, if he hits 2 or 3 more of those free throws, they at least send this game to overtime, if not win this. 4 of 11 from the line, 6 assists, 4 steals. He had a lot of nice steals. Him and LeBron both did. And then turned the ball over only 2 times. 22 points. He had a nice game overall. Just the free throws were crucial. Mario Chalmers, 2 of 10 from the field today, 0 of 4 from downtown. Rough day for him. Mike Miller off the bench at 3 points. Shane Battier had 2 points. And Joel Anthony, who was really falling out of favor, had 4 points. So overall, what I think about this game, let me get to the LeBron James aspect because that's what everyone tunes in to hear. LeBron James, late in this game, he hit that big 3, came off the screen, and as, I forget who the announcer was in this game. It was Jeff Van Gundy and that other guy, I can never remember his name. But the important thing, LeBron James comes off the screen and hits a 3 like a Ray Allen, Doc Rivers type play, as they mentioned on the broadcast. And then the next time up, after the Knicks had taken, I believe, a 5-point lead, it was either 4 or 5, LeBron James comes up, does a spin move, and as he goes down, he gets fouled and makes a tremendous layup. Look, I'll get to him not getting the last shot in a second, but this is the type of thing that I look at. When people say LeBron is unclutch, I know how bad he played in the finals last year. I don't try and act like that didn't happen. Now, I'm not a LeBron James fan, but it just drives me nuts to see all these things that I watch these games, and it's not true. I know that LeBron James has had games in the past where he has stepped up in the clutch, and people can say all they want, the regular season's irrelevant, the playoffs don't matter. Well, the bottom line is that last year the Heat wouldn't have been in the finals without him, and without some of the big shots he hit, specifically in the Celtics series, in the overtimes, and then in the Bulls series, in the final game, he basically ended that series. Game 5 looked like a game that the Bulls were going to win, and LeBron took over late in that game, and we saw it again today. Dwayne Wade gets the last shot, dribbles through the lane, loses the ball after it was stripped, gets back and takes a 3 where he didn't have any chance to spot up at all. Eric Spoelstra, when I hear these people on TV talking about how good of a coach Eric Spoelstra is, I think that it's almost that they feel bad for him. Because I know he's in a tough position, but he just really is not a good coach. He's better than what LeBron had with Mike Brown, and he's not the worst coach in the history of the NBA, but he's really not a very good coach. And if he was in a rougher media market like LA or New York, he wouldn't last because of some of these play calls. It didn't look like like Dwayne Wade really had anything. It looked like they said, Dwayne, we're going to give you the ball and do whatever you want to do. I was on Twitter right before that, after LeBron had hit those 2 shots, and I said, if you're going to do that with LeBron, then go ahead and do that with LeBron because he's been creative on some of these plays today. Dwayne Wade has not necessarily been that, and if you're going to win, as we've said on and on, it's going to be because of LeBron James. And you need to get him in the right mindset. And even you know that this is a game that it really does not matter if you win. So give LeBron the ball and give him a chance to take it up and make that big shot that either ties the game or wins the game. At least give him that opportunity. And they didn't do it. And as long as they continue to do that, it's going to be really questionable that moment where they do finally go to LeBron James in the clutch. And, it's kind of a wait-and-see thing. With the Knicks, Carmelo Anthony plays hard out today. I look at him, when he can play defense this way and score this way, obviously he's not going to score this way, but when he starts shooting well, he is one of the top 10 players in the game. When you add in how well he played on defense today, he got 6 boards. He is one of the really most talented players in the NBA, and he still has never reached his full potential. And I think with Mike Woodson, with this defensive mindset that he's brought, with Tyson Chandler now, who is the Defensive Player of the Year, one of the best overall defenders in the game, with him added in, then I think that maybe Carmelo Anthony has a better chance to reach what he is capable of. And I really hope to see that. Even though I'm not a Knicks fan, I do enjoy watching Melo. And, I mean, I've always said on that last shot, if there's anyone I want taking it, it's Kobe. But Melo certainly puts up a very good argument, because in that clutch he had a few big threes that basically won the Knicks the game. And, I mean, he is one of the most clutch shooters around. He is ice cold in that clutch moment and hits it 9 times out of 10 at least. I mean, he really is clutch. For the Knicks, so, as I mentioned, they overachieved in this game. With Carmelo Anthony playing this well, if he doesn't play this well, they don't win this game. If he has 20 points, think about that. I'll give you an extra 5 points combined to Stoudemire and Baron Davis, whatever. You're still probably talking about losing this game by 8 to 10 points. And unless Carmelo Anthony is able to do this, and with a team as good on defense as the Heat, I just don't see them able to be successful enough to win this series. And I think that Jeremy Lin is going to come back next game. I really believe that Jeremy Lin is aiming to come back next game. And if that happens, then I think that that's more of a negative thing for the Heat. If Carmelo Anthony and Jeremy Lin are in the lineup, or for the Knicks I should say, when they're both in the lineup at the same time, it just never seems to work. And I think that they're better off just kind of saying, you know what, why don't you wait till next series? Even though that likely won't happen, I think that they have a better chance of winning without Jeremy Lin in the lineup. That's just my thoughts. Knicks fans, Heat fans, give me your thought on this series. Heat fans, are you worried at all? And Knicks fans, where are you at? You know, are you still saying, alright, this is a nice launching pad for next year? Or are you saying we have a chance in this series? And what needs to happen for the Knicks really to take that next step? Is Mike Woodson the right guy? Or as I've suggested, should they give Phil Jackson a call? I don't know. Hit me up on Twitter and Facebook. I'll see you guys later.